Hello, my name is Erica Reynolds and I'm here to talk about my strongest projects that I have produced over the course of my time as a graphic designer. The brief for this project was to produce a brand identity and a set of promotional materials. The festival is designed to be eco-friendly and not majorly impact the environment, so people could still enjoy a variety of music without feeling bad for causing any long-term damage to the environment around them. They also wish to show a variety of different artists from well-known to more recent. I believe this is one of my most strongest projects because it allowed me to combine the information that I'd learned throughout the year of being a graphic designer. It also allowed me to step out of my comfort zone and try a style that I hadn't necessarily tried before. It was also good because I was able to use my problem-solving skills to answer questions that I hadn't necessarily considered. The process of this project began by looking into different examples of logos and promotional material. I decided I wanted to try a 60s psychedelic style as I'd been interested in it in the past. I began by drawing up thumbnails for my logo, which would be used in a lot of my promotional material. I chose to convey the 60s style through my colours and illustrations. After this, I produced a poster not only inspired by 60s art, but also Art Nouveau, which is one of the influences of the time. I also used a flower motif throughout my work as I thought it would be amiss as I naturally associated it with 60s styles. I also produced 3 headliner posters for the 3 main artists that I'd selected. These were promoted on Instagram along with my main poster. I then produced a programme which was important as it helped my customers direct themselves throughout the festival. I also included a series of information about the artists and when the different acts would be performing, along with other information that I thought was useful. The brief for this project was to produce an information graphic based on the topic of our choosing, and using the knowledge we had learned about information graphics throughout the module. The process of making this information graphic began by picking out a topic I was passionate about. I chose the anime Demon Slayer. I collected together some research about the show that I may want to base the information graphic about. I decided I wanted to do a kill count for all the different characters, but I wasn't necessarily sure how to present this in a physical way. Well, I'd recently used the 3D materials tool, which we'd use to make bar charts and collect data. I wanted to try using this to represent the characters instead of their appearances. So I produced 12 3D individual swords based on the weapons they use in the show. I really liked the way they were laid out as they were all very balanced. Why is this a strong project of mine? Well, the outcomes came out in the way I imagined them. Also, I'm very passionate about this topic. I also really liked using a new skill that helped me broaden my horizons as a graphic designer. For this brief, we produced a brand guide and promotional material for the Summer 2032 Olympics that was taking place in Brisbane, Australia. The requirements were to produce a logo, brand guide, poster and mascot. The reason why I picked this as one of my strongest projects is because I was able to use different information that I'd learned throughout my previous briefs I had produced throughout the year. Also, I got to try the new thing of making a mascot for my branding, so it was a new introduction into trying something new. It was also a good recap of all the work I had participated in throughout the year. I was also able to keep all my work consistent with each other, and they all worked very well together as a whole group of branding. The process of making this project began by researching into different Olympic branding that had been used prior and discussing with my classmates. I did some research of my own into different Brisbane influences. I wanted to look further into Aboriginal art and decided to pick out a handprint symbol that I'd seen in a lot of places. This stayed consistent throughout all my work as it was used for each of my pieces. I also looked into different flowers from Brisbane, Australia and used them for my poster as a repeating pattern inside of the handprint. The mascot I also made included both the colour scheme of my logo and the handprint that I'd put in both my poster and my logo design. Thank you for listening to my video about my strongest projects that I've made so far as a graphic designer.